Welcome to a conversation about the transformative power of your thoughts, a principle that has changed countless lives through the wisdom of teachers like Catherine Ponder and Emma Curtis Hopkins. While these teachers often use spiritual language, these principles work for everyone, regardless of their beliefs, because they're based on how our minds influence our experiences. Let me share a story about Maya, a writer who discovered these teachings during the lowest point of her career. After 15 rejected manuscripts, she was ready to give up. Her apartment was filled with sticky notes of rejection statistics, industry warnings about the publishing climate, and news articles about struggling authors. She had, without realizing it, created what Hopkins called a consciousness of lack. Then Maya discovered something fascinating. Every morning, when she looked at those sticky notes, her shoulders would tense, her breathing would shallow, and her creativity would freeze. She was programming herself for more of the same experience. Following Ponder's teachings, she decided to conduct an experiment. She replaced every negative statistic with a note of gratitude about her writing journey. "I'm grateful I can express my ideas clearly. I appreciate my growing skills as a storyteller. I welcome new opportunities to share my work." The initial change was subtle but profound. She noticed herself sitting taller at her desk. Ideas flowed more easily. When rejections came, they didn't crush her for days anymore. 3 months into this practice, something unexpected happened. An editor who had previously rejected her work reached out, asking if she'd be interested in writing something different from her usual genre. That connection eventually led to her first published book. But here's what's crucial to understand. The success wasn't magical thinking. Maya's shift in perspective allowed her to recognize and act on opportunities she might have missed while trapped in negative thinking. She became more receptive to feedback, more willing to adapt her work, and more resilient in the face of challenges. Let's look at another example. James owned a small cafe that was struggling to compete with larger chains. His daily thoughts revolved around all the advantages his competitors had: bigger marketing budgets, lower prices, more locations. Following Hopkins's principle that what we contemplate, we attract, he began focusing instead on what made his cafe unique. He started appreciating the personal connections he had with customers. He celebrated how his small size allowed him to adapt quickly to customer preferences. Instead of cursing the larger chains, he blessed them for teaching him what customers wanted, then focused on providing something different, a more personal, community-centered experience. Within 6 months, his cafe became known as the heart of the local community. Revenue increased, not because he was competing with the chains, but because he had created a completely different value proposition. His shift in thinking led to a shift in actions, which led to different results. These principles work because they're grounded in a simple truth. What we consistently focus on shapes our perceptions, decisions, and actions. It's not about denying challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It's about maintaining a constructive focus that empowers us to see and act on opportunities. Here's a practical way to start. Each morning, take 5 minutes to write down what you want to experience in your life. Not what you're afraid of, not what might go wrong, but what you want to create. Feel the positive emotion of having those experiences. Then, throughout the day, when challenges arise, and they will, ask yourself, what's the opportunity here? What can I learn or create from this? Remember, this isn't about positive thinking alone. It's about positive thinking that leads to positive action. As Ponder taught, prosperity isn't just about money. It's about creating an expansive mindset that welcomes abundance in all forms. When we shift our focus from what's wrong to what's possible, we begin to see and create new possibilities. The power to reshape your experience has always been within you. These teachings simply provide a framework to access and apply that power more deliberately. Whether you're facing career challenges, relationship issues, or financial concerns, your perspective shapes your reality. Choose to focus on what you want to create rather than what you fear might happen. Start small. Choose one area of your life where you've been focusing on limitations. Write a new story about it. Watch how that new story influences your actions and ultimately your results. Remember, every master was once a beginner. Every success story started with a simple decision to think differently. If you are enjoying learning about new thought teachings and how you can apply them to your present-day circumstances, be sure to like and subscribe to the Girl Money Business channel. Together, we've got this. See you next time.